Hey, it's January the 30th, 2013, and just wanted to do a little garden update today on this extremely mild day in southern Ontario. It's currently 11 degrees Celsius or 52, 53 Fahrenheit. We have no snow basically, tiny little pile over there. It's just been very, very mild the past few days. Lowest low so far is minus 22.6 Celsius, which is around minus 8.6, I think. So it's been very mild. Not that cold. We've had a zone 6A winter, a little colder than last year, but not incredibly cold. And we probably won't get any colder. We're supposed to get a little bit of an Arctic snap next week, but really only for about 3 days of below seasonal. And then in the next, they're showing in the 20-day trend that we have a lot of days are above the freezing mark. So probably seen the worst of winter temperature-wise. So I'm just going to go around and see how things are doing. Yucca looks good. Here's some leatherleaf Mahonia looking good. A little bit of damage on a couple of the leaves. Cuba japonica with a little bit of damage showing. As long as the buds are okay, that's the main thing. Some of the buds look damaged, some look okay. Probably overall that plant will probably be fine. Here's a big leaf rhododendron looking fine, no damage, shouldn't have damage. It's pretty much rated for this zone. This is something interesting for this year. So this is my Phyllostachys bamboo. Here, this is the clumping bamboo down here, but this is the Phyllostachys, starts with an A. Sorry, I don't know it. Anyways, it hasn't died. It hasn't browned. Where last year, even at minus 20 Celsius, it browned. Some leaves are damaged, but some are absolutely just fine. It was completely exposed to the minus 20 degrees or minus 22 that we had. There wasn't covered by snow, so it's interesting that this has stayed green. So we probably won't get any colder. So I'm assuming that I'm gonna actually have some of these canes that will survive for me. Typically, it dies back to the ground, and the new canes come up. Other things here, the viburnum all the leaves are brown, so all these leaves will fall off. There's been no snow cover, rarely any snow cover, so usually some of the leaves will live because they're covered by snow. Not in this case though. So all these leaves will fall off, and it'll regrow new leaves. I'm not concerned about that. What else? American holly, not showing really any damage. A couple of leaves are slightly discolored, but nothing major. So this is its second winter. It didn't show really much damage last year, and grew quite a bit this year. It's probably about 4.5 feet or so. So it's looking pretty good. I think that'll be definitely a long-term plant for me. Magnolia Bracken's Brown Beauty. This is its first year with zero protection. Leaves on the north-facing side are not damaged, just slightly damaged, where the leaves that are in the sun are getting burned. So this plant will most likely 50% or more defoliate like it typically does. I'm not expecting any stem dieback, so hopefully it will get a little bit of size to it. This Magnolia D.D. Blanchard has also some leaves that are burnt from the sun. It's a little more shaded here though, so it may retain more leaves. I'm not really too sure. Like I said, the bamboos look really, really good, unless something changes, but I think it'll be okay for the most part. Here's my Edith Bogue, which is not really showing any damage, though I'm sure it will in the spring. A few of the leaves are slightly discolored, but for the most part looking pretty green. Over here, I'll show you. We had some spring bulbs coming up a couple of weeks ago, the snowdrops, which have kind of stayed the same, but if you can see them, they're over there. When we had a really mild spell, they started popping up, so definitely well ahead of schedule. So that's pretty much what's going on in the backyard, and these are the Meg Virginianas. The leaves look pretty awful now, and they'll fall off, but it's actually sprouting new trunks at the bottom. Pretty Cool. Magnolia in the front looks really good though. Not really showing any damage. I'll take you around there quickly to have a look. Alright, here's the magnolia in the front. Edith Bogue gets zero sunlight or direct sun in the winter. As you can see, it has a few damaged leaves from where the water comes down from our dryer. But pretty good. I think it'll defoliate a little more than it did last year, but should retain most of its leaves.